Hey everyone. Yes, I'm playing more Tetris. Why? So I want to. Oh, also, because if you haven't seen, well, I didn't make an update video yet, but I will at some point down the road. I'll make a community post. I did go back and edit most of the titles of this LP, and I basically returned to it. Why? Well, it was my same reason for going back to doing more fixing the breaker stuff and Ninjala. The game was getting frequently updated so much that I had no choice but to go back to it. Because it didn't technically end. So yeah, that's why I literally came back to it. There we go. Stacked that up pretty well. Will I actually be able to do some of the other Tetris games in the future? Yes, I will try to get to them as soon as possible, if I can get to them. But we'll see. I mean, I was able to do a crap load of 3DS games, but some of them I finished, some of them not so much. I feel like I did not do them justice because I rushed them for time, because I felt like I was never going to be able to do them again. So I rushed them, not knowing that some of them were later going to get ports for the Switch, or there being any other way to play most of these games. Past me didn't know. He didn't have the knowledge. How is he supposed to know that half the stuff he bought on his 3DS would later be available for the Nintendo Switch Online? How is he supposed to know? So yeah, I literally just wasted money, yeah, pretty much. But then again, how is Dry supposed to know? Though I am shocked, Homeboy Comrade dropped not only original NES Tetris, but also Tetris DX, which was the Game Boy Color version. Which I thought was going to be one of those deep-cut games that was never going to get another release ever again. But Nintendo, again, proving us wrong that they remember. They just have finicky ways of when they want to release stuff. And I've noticed a pattern with some of their current lineup. Most of the titles in the online lineup, either one, has never been a part of a collection at this point, or two, hasn't been re-released, again, in some collection or some other kind. Most of them pretty much coming from the Wii U and the 3DS library, but some are quite new. For example, some of the Xbox titles, which people go like, oh my god, you can just play on Rare Replay. But they fail to understand that there were people that didn't want to go out to buy an Xbox just to play these games. Not everyone's the same as you, and that's what I had to learn when I was growing up, is that not everyone thinks the same. Not everyone's going to come to the same conclusion as you. And that's what makes some people different for better or for worse. So I was quite shocked that, Microsoft was really willing to allow some of Rare's titles to be released on the online. Though, to be fair, at that time, they did have a partnership, especially with stuff like Minecraft. So, it was counterintuitive. Will they be able to release more stuff in the future? Probably, yes. There's still a lot of important games for people that have never been, like, announced or released. But I have a feeling they are going to save for the Switch too. Which is kind of meh, but also makes sense. You want to make your next new console have different stuff so people buy it. And what better way to make it different than have a completely different lineup of classic games that were not only, like, on the current, which, okay, sorry if I'm stumbling over my words, but I will not be shocked. I might be shocked if Nintendo somehow gets all the games greenlighted, but no, the original classic games they've already licensed out, onto the Switch 2, and then add more to it. Because not only that, you're validating people. So, like, what if they have a Switch 1 and a Switch 2? But how do you validate them for continuing the online service if you don't at least carry over perks from the old to the new? Which I think is quite the smart idea. Yeah, I mean, yeah, not everyone will try to buy it. However, it gives an incentive to older customers that all their stuff is there and can get transported to the new console. So they could just focus on buying the online on the new console, which I think is somewhat of a smart idea, but I don't know. Nintendo might just come to another freaking conclusion, which might absolutely piss people off, which, I don't know. Nintendo has done some whack stuff, but they've done some pretty good things, aside from reviving some dead franchises, which all of us thought were never going to see the light of day ever again, because either they don't want to release another one, or they f***ed up the series so hard, all of us considered that franchise to be dead. But again, Nintendo proves us wrong. They learn. I mean, with a few milestones in success, there's going to be failures. Look at the Virtual Boy. Look at most of, like, 2016's late lineup of Switch titles. Or some of the most cursed titles on the GameCube. No, so the GameCube does have a good library, and then there's just some what-the-f choices. Mainly, that one Aquaman game. It knows what it is! You know what it did to gamers? Damn well know what you've done. But, aside from that, hopefully Nintendo does understand that, hey, you know, maybe our consumer doesn't want to separately get another pass. What if they want all of their old stuff transferred to the new one? Because then you confirm, like, you know, I'm just saying, as, like, one that wants to think for the consumer, the last thing I want as the consumer is to buy something wholly different just for something new. Because the whole point when you're trying to sell something to your customer is that it's going to be enjoyable and something worth their money. The last thing you want to do is make something that is a complete waste of time to your consumer's wallet. Because if you do, then everything you've done up to that point to try to validate their reason to, like, watch or participate in your product is completely useless. That's just what I think, either way. Do you want to give people the reason why to buy it? So that's why I personally think they might never do this, but I personally think it would be a smart idea for Nintendo to just do the transfers thing, because why would you just make the cloud save and not use it so you could transfer stuff to other consoles? I mean, you could transfer your data to the new Switches. Why couldn't you do the same for the Switch too? Carry over all your stuff. You have your online. You have all the N64 games. Plus a bit more. That would get the incentive to buy it. That's just what I think. But they might not do that. They might not even do that. They might just make people go out just to buy more stuff. Which that is the absolute Nintendo way to do, but I'm just thinking more logistically, like, they're not as heartless monsters just to make people go out and buy something again just to do something, you know? But that's just personally me. Well, hope you guys enjoyed me ranting. Next video, I will return to play more of the game, this special Game Boy theme. Hope to see you guys then. Peace, stay crispy. Bye, guys.